Hey, what's going on, YouTube? This is your certified life and relationship coach, Coach Court. In this video, we're going to talk about the anxious attachment grieving process. Now, I got an email from one of my supporters, and they were really distraught over their breakup. They had been 2 months out, and they were really struggling to get their emotions in check, to get their urges under control, because they had so many different things that they wanted to do and the things that they wanted to say to this person, even though they had been in no contact for a month. Now, as an anxious attacher, people don't quite understand what it feels like to be an anxious attacher. People are, your friends and your family will get very annoyed. They'll get frustrated with you not being able to get over that person. But here's the thing. People who don't have that attachment wound, they don't quite comprehend just what it feels like, the physical symptoms that you feel, the different urges that you want to do, the things that you want to do in order to make the relationship get back to what it used to be. Or if you guys are broken up, the just even being able to re-engage with that person and being able to talk about being able to get back into a relationship. So certain things that you'll feel, like if you guys aren't anxious attachers, I'm going to break it down to you right now. It feels very painful, all right? Because that abandonment wound, once that thing gets triggered and it get activated, it's really tough for you to be able to function as a normal human being. I mean, literally, there are things that you won't be able to do. The urges that you feel, you may want to text them more. If you may want to drive past their house or their place of employment, you want to get them gifts. You want to do something to make that abandonment wound heal itself. And the only way that wound is going to heal itself is if that person reconciles with you. Or, we often, anxious, preoccupied people, they kid themselves and think that, hey, if I just put myself in the friend zone with this person will eventually might want to come back. And that rarely works either. So the urges that you feel will be everything that I stated before, but you may even want to reach out to their friends and their family, to try to convince them that, hey, what we had was good. This relationship was a very healthy one. And they won't be able to get the person back for you. All right. So it doesn't matter. And if you're an anxious, preoccupied person, understand this. It doesn't matter how much their friends and their family loves you. It doesn't matter how much you love that person. The only thing that matters is how much that person loves you. And at this moment, if you guys are broken up, the urges that you're feeling, don't do it. It's just going to make the situation worse. Now, let's move on to the physical symptoms that you feel. If you guys aren't an anxious attacher, all right, I want you guys to really walk with me here on this journey and embody this feeling that we feel. We feel physical symptoms of like unease, nausea. We may not have an appetite, may not want to do anything. It's like this constant loop in our head where we need to, and only way we can break that loop, it's like Groundhog Day. I've had clients in the past, RRP, that has done some things that a permanent. I heard a coach call it this before. They decided to take a permanent step to a short-term problem. I'm telling you, I've talked to these people and they felt like this was the only way that this thing could end, because otherwise they'd wake up every day like Groundhog Day and they'll continuously hear and see the sounds and the sights of the past relationship, the best times of the relationship. And if you guys are thinking about doing something like that, if you're thinking about taking that step, please reach out to somebody. I'll include that link in the description below, the suicide prevention hotline, because it's very important for you guys to understand that, this is just a temporary moment in your life. And you do not, I know the pain is unbearable. And, there are different medications you can take to try to, because what's going on is a chemical imbalance in your head. There are certain medications that you can take. There are certain people you can reach out to, therapists, counselors, to help you get to where you need to be. And I know it's not helping when you're talking to friends and family. So back to the physical symptoms that you can feel is every day you wake up in the morning, you have this ball in your stomach, this knot right below your rib cage, where it's like your heart just drops in your stomach, and you feel this like, the way that I compare it is when I started high school, I used to get anxiety about going to school because back then, there was a lot of bullies, probably still to this day, I'm sure, but there's a lot of bullies, and I used to get bullied. So I didn't want to go to school. It gave me like an uneased feeling to even think about going to school. So I would get that every single morning. And when you're going through a breakup, that separation anxiety that you're feeling is the exact same thing. You get this uneased feeling where you can't eat, you can't sleep, you'll lose weight. Now, a lot of people, when they're going through breakups, they either gain weight or they lose weight. Usually for anxious attachers, it's lose weight, because you don't want to eat, you don't want to do anything until you get that uneased feeling of being abandoned out of your mind. And the only way that happens is either over time, or you find somebody that's going to help you out, help get you through this process. Socially, people don't, when you're an anxious attacher, and this is the grieving process, you will isolate yourself from everybody. You don't want to be around anybody, forget Labor Day or 4th of July, any of that. You don't want to do anything and be around anybody. You just want to sit in your own, basically wallow in your own pity, because being around people, it makes you even more sad. It makes you even more lonelier. And it's so interesting how there are people who are anxious attachers that are performers, they're rappers, they're whatever you fill in any type of high profile career that you want to. They can be on stage lecturing to thousands of people, and they still feel that sense of loneliness, because the person that they want to be with, or the person that they just broken up with, has taken the best part of them, which is their heart, which is that piece that makes them feel connected to reality, connected to people in life. And it's interesting, because when you think about all of the really good musicians, they all went through heartbreak. They've used that heartbreak as that pain that they've been going through. They use it as fuel to make really good content, to make really good music or art or whatever it is that they make. But when that person is, with them, let's say they reconcile, they'll end up possibly slacking on their work, spending more time with that person, because they really value that person, like the person that they wish they had when they were a kid, the mother figure, the father figure, or guardian that they wish they had as a kid. They really seek that validation from them. So they want to spend all their time and their energy with that person, which causes them to slack on their work and slack on their creativity. So if you are the anxious attacher, here's what you do. Take things one day at a time. Do not try to do too much. All right. Get up. That's the first step. And if you guys aren't anxious attachers, you may not understand this. But for you guys that are, get up out of bed. Take a walk. Get you a cup of water. Get you a cup of milk or coffee or whatever. Take some type of energy drink if you need an energy drink. Try not to post anything that's crazy on social media. All right. Make sure that you're taking care of your basic necessities, because I know in this time when you're grieving, you don't even think about your basic necessities. It's almost like punishing yourself is going to make that other person come back. And that's not true. That person's not coming back just because you're starving yourself and because you can't live without them, because clearly they can live without you. So you need to take care of yourself, get yourself something to eat. And I know eating is a chore. Like sometimes when you're eating or you want to eat, just thinking about food or eating that food, it makes you a little bit nauseous, because that pit feeling in your stomach, it's not allowing for it to go down easy. So do one load of laundry at a time. Don't overwork yourself. Get yourself to work, even though I know that there are a lot of anxious people who can't even go to work, but they're going to come shut the lights out if you don't. Get yourself to work. Get yourself through the day. Listen to some meditation music, to some nature sounds. Say your prayers. Appreciate and have gratitude for the things that you do have right now. The people that you do have around you, the people who love you, the people who aren't going anywhere, they won't break up with you, your friends and your family. Embrace them. That's the best advice I can give you guys, is just to take it one day, one bite, one swallow of water at a time. Thank you. Hope this helped. And I'll talk to you soon.